Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you actually sat down and review your week properly? Not just rolling your email, not just reacting whatever on fire, but actually reviewing what worked and what didn't. What decision you almost missed. If you're focusing right now, this video is for you. Welcome back to Build Your Second AI Brand as CEO. If you are a founder between 2 to 3 years old, you know this state. The revenue is growing, the team is growing, but somehow you're still doing too much. And you think AI will fix it. Let me tell you what I learned. In this series, I will show you a practical ways to use AI to create a clear SOP, catch the mistake before they cost you money, and actually reclaim your time for strategy instead of firefighting. Here is what used to happen with me every week. Every Sunday, I would plan to do my weekly review, and I had the journal. I had the intention, but by Sunday afternoon, I was either putting out on fire from Friday, or I was just exhausted. I just didn't do it. And the scary part wasn't I missing the review. The scary part were what I missed. A supply contract that auto-renew, I didn't catch it. A team member who said quietly, burning out, I didn't see it. The decision was not missing. I was missing the important parts. And I used to think, I'm not just disciplined enough. But that's not the real problems. The real problem is weekly review failed because they require you to remember everything, put everything together, and then also have the mental energy to think clearly about it. There are 3 jobs in one. When you are running the business, you are already doing tasks. Your brand would never design to be a storage unit. It was designed to make decisions. So when you ask it to also collect the data, organize the data, and then do everything together, it can shut down. And your weekly review gets skipped again. In 2025, when I start building my what I call the second AI brand, my AI system will run alongside with me. And I ask myself a question. What if the review came to me instead of chasing me? That one question changed everything. Because the truth is, all of the data already there. Your sales number, your team check-in, your customer feedback, your unread decision sitting in the inbox, everything is already there. You just don't have the system to connect the dots. So now I'm gonna helping you to show the 4 steps that define and then make for yourself AI second branch. Step 1, we have to define your 5 CEO points. Firstly, you sit down and you ask yourself, what are the 5 things if I missed for 1 week could gonna hurt my entire business? For me, it's simple. The revenue and the target, team energy, if anyone struggling, and then the top 3 customer issue of the week. One decision that had been sitting down and then being unsolved. And one thing I said I do last week, actually did it. There's my 5 CEO points. Not 20 things. Not the full, everything needs to be audited. Just 5. Every week. Non-negotiable. Step 2, we're gonna build, pull out, and then upload the data. When I build my second AI CEO branch for Chemical Bank, every Friday at 5 p.m., I'm gonna upload my entire thing. My notes, my team updates, my inputs. I give it into one clean summary. Here's what happened to me this week, and here's what I need to get attention. I didn't need to remember anything. I didn't have to chase anyone for the update. The system did the collecting, and I just had to show up and think. Step 3, the 15-minute CEO review. Here what the most people get wrong about quickly review. They think it had to be 2 hours, a whole Sunday afternoon, a perfect setup with candle and a journal. No, my review is 15 minutes every Friday. Before I close my laptop, I open my second brain summary and I read it. I answer 3 questions only. What is the one win I need to celebrate? What is the one problem I need to solve next week? And what is the one decision I have to avoid? That's it, 15 minutes. But those 15 minutes, it's gonna protect my entire next week. Step 4, we're gonna turning decision into Monday morning routines. The last step is the most important thing. At the end of my review, I got my AI helping me to write 3 sentences, just 3. This week, I learned ... Next week, I will focus on ... And the one decision I have to make by Wednesday is ... And then those 3 sentences become the first thing I do on my Monday. Because when Monday starts with clarity, the whole week is gonna run differently. You know what happened? Only 1 month later, after I use this system, something happened. I stopped feeling that I was behind. I stopped feeling the Sunday anxiety. And that feeling of what or did I miss something important this week? It never happened again. My team noticed it too. I started showing up on Monday meeting with the answer instead of questions. I started catching the problem in week 1, not until week 5. And then the decision that I used to sit unsolved for the week, they got made clearly and calmly because the system was doing the remembering. So I could focusing on only one thing, making decisions. If you are a founder who keep skipping your weekly reviews, I want you to hear this. It's not because you are not disciplined. It's because the system you are using requires too much from you before you even get the thinking part. If you want exact prompt I use for my weekly collective, comment second AI CEO branch below and I'll send you directly. Copy it, paste it, and make it yours. You don't need to carry the whole week in your head. You just need a system that carry it for you. If you feel like this is your journey, you are welcome. Let's figure it out together. Bye.